Was cheering for her anyway, and then when she won, everyone looked up at the board and saw Coughlin with the 1 next to her name, and they celebrated. Very well liked. We move on to the women's 50 free A final. Britta Steffen from Germany with a world record. And Sarah Sjöström, again from Sweden. We saw her earlier, was 3rd at the World Championships in this event. And she leads the parade out.
You know, it's funny. She won the bronze, Jim, in the 50 freestyle. She went 24.3. Her world record in the 50 butterfly is only 1/10 of a second slower. It's just unbelievable. The 50 fly is one of the most amazing world records on the books in my eyes. Her 24.4 is faster than any American went last year in the 50 freestyle.
Abby Weitzel from Canyons Aquatic, north of Los Angeles. She'll be in lane 5, a member of the World Championship team last summer. She's only 19, so this is an American of the future. And you know, this is one of the best things about this sport is you can discover these kids just a couple of months before the Olympics, and they pop up in the strangest places, and all of a sudden, a few weeks later, they're household names.
This 50 freestyle is going to be one tough event for the United States when we get to the Olympic Games, but it's also going to be very tough to make the Olympic team. There are a lot of swimmers here in the United States are kind of bunched up together. Of course, Simone Manuel is clearly going to be probably one of the favorites, but Natalie Coughlin, she went 24.6 last summer. Madison Kennedy, the top qualifier, she's been 24.7. Weitzel's been 24.8. So yeah, it's not going to be easy to make the Olympic team here for the United States.
Madison Kennedy, you mentioned, won the 50 at the U.S. Nationals last summer in San Antonio. She's in lane 4.
I was talking to her a little while ago, and I asked her how she felt about that prelim. She said she felt a little stiff, but she feels a lot better just getting into the final, and then she can kind of just let one rip here.
Sjöström in lane 3 was 2nd in the 200 free earlier behind Ledecky, and it looks like Sjöström is the best in this field. Sjöström by a half a body length. Wow. Sjöström wins. Madison Kennedy is 2nd.
That is a heck of a swim.
Ariana Vanderpool Wallace gets up for 3rd.
Wow, 24.17 would have been the 3rd fastest time in the world last year, and that's why you see that smile. She has got to be thrilled about that, especially coming off that tough double in the 200 freestyle. You see her right there in lane number 3, toward the top of your screen. Doesn't have that great of a start. She's pretty good off the start. She gets into the water really well, goes straight in, but she is just so good at just hammering away. Doesn't let up at all going to the wall. And Madison Kennedy 24.72, right on her best time, but she looks so far back. That's a great, great time for Madison Kennedy, but compared to Sarah Sjöström, wow. Unbelievable there at the end, 24.17.
Sarah Sjöström joins us now down on the deck on headsets. Sarah, what did you think of the swim?
It felt very good all the way. The start was very good, but I was still very surprised with the time.
Were you surprised, especially coming off the 200 freestyle? That's a pretty tough double.
Well, I know I need some warm up before 53, so I think it's good to have another race before.
Maybe you should swim a couple more 200s before you swim a 50 in the future.
Yeah, I think so.
Sarah, what's your plan for the rest of summer leading up to the games?
Yeah, I have a lot of time and training in Sweden now, so in some competitions.
And you decided to come to the United States and get in some training and some competition. What do you think of the folks here in Austin?
Yeah, it's awesome, and it's very good competition here.
Congratulations on the swim, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sarah Sjöström from Sweden wins it in 24.17, and she wired the field. Madison Kennedy chasing her throughout the 50. Vanderpool Wallace ends up 2nd, and third, and Van Landingham is 4th. When we come back, we move over to the men and the B final. Coming up a little bit later in the A final will be Nathan Adrian, the American record holder at this distance.